I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Hmm? Hmm? Of course.
There's the crystal. I don't suppose Andra could have put it on top of the moon?
This is why I really
Indeed.
became
Hey. That's not very helpful. Yes?
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
You have led us bravely. It has been an honor to follow your lead.
The gods really have it in for you. I wish they knew you like I did.
Everyone will know what you've done for us. I'll tell everyone I know. Not even the Sea Queen herself could stop me.
I just hope you're not doing this for all those louts in Stalwart. Even the new ones ain't worth it.
Wish I'd met you sooner.
we shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion? Blasphemy! These are jewels of civilization. They are sacred. We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations? Then we were betrayed. And we were made to betray something we cherish. The bedrock of civilization. Better for her tides to ebb and her seas to dry up than to cover a single stone the Ingwithans laid. Each culture builds on the bones of the last, yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower. What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
An argument I've had with the Lore College. Now I have divine counsel in my favor, and I can hardly present it as evidence. How frustrating.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice. A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less. A path that leads in circles. That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan. Burdens strengthen the bearer, and they warn against repeated mistakes. Why would you discard them so hastily? Pleasing or no, that memory was a part of her. In surrendering it, she lost a part of herself.
Waking hour obsessed with old history, perhaps. What I lost was a burden, and one that bent me over for years.
It would be better if Kith did not become trapped by guilt, sorrow, and shame. But we speak of what should be. You recognize what is. Yet such destructive memories are rare. Surely others are strengthened by retrospection, even amidst pain. A rare opportunity, for you have the chance to answer them, to do things left undone. That presumes that some questions cannot be resolved. We confessed that we had little understood how memory shapes and stunts Kith. Even so, we must restore Obsidian. When Ione Brotha fell, Obsidian lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him. A facile argument. One that defends stasis, not progress.
I thought I did. But who would hold the leaden key accountable?
We cannot defend the intentions of a group that kills to hide secrets.
And to what end? To defend the gods? Or themselves? More and more these days, I wonder.
Just as fire clears dead wood from a forest, struggle makes way for new developments. Conflict is part of progress. Peace and ignorance is not worth keeping. And yet you persuaded the Duke to allow animancy to continue unfettered. Do not condemn knowledge when it becomes inconvenient for you. And we have listened. Then do not look to it for one. History is not a moral force, but a set of facts. These facts show Kith where they have come from, and how to move forward. And their brethren have built a culture that stretches across Aora, all because they recognize the importance of their shared legacy. To what exactly? A war with the peoples there? A deadly blight or crippling disease? The future you would have given them is uncertain, yet it would have bequeathed Kith nothing so great as Durgan steel. And how many others suffer adversity and rise above it? Perhaps the problem you speak of lies not in our history, but in her.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
You assume that her nature would not have led her to violence another way. That the sack of cold morn would not have been fragmented into 100 smaller acts of brutality. She always had a choice, as did the men and women she hunted. History directed their violent urges, but it did not create them. But the memory of those wars has likely saved them from another now, when it would shatter a barren deer wood. One cannot cast history aside simply because it's unpleasant. The problem is not that they remember too much of their history, but rather too little. Great Serens and Darewoodens alike began as pioneers from Adir. They all came seeking opportunity. Were they to look farther back, they would see their common origins and desires. A painful truth. Maybe so, but we would not cast history aside over one such example. And we have listened. We shall see this world and its people restored.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.